Okay, after reading the instructions and actually getting a little bit, reading what it actually says, that skill test does actually count, and I get the bonus that's written on the cards. So I do actually kill this bloody thing because I had 4, 5, 6, and I had a -3. I actually kill it, and I get a +1 damage and a +1 damage, and I do 1 damage anyway. So that wasn't all bad. I killed that beast. He goes away. So read the instructions is probably quite a good thing to do. When you commit a skill, you can commit any number of cards with the relevant icon for the skill test itself. So when I played this card as a skill test, I get that, and obviously because I was doing an attack, I get the +1 damage on the text as well as a little bonus. So that is cleared up, luckily. So I'm at a jail there. That was my third, what was that? That was the beast came. I fought the beast for my first action. That's fine, I got 2 actions remaining. So, got no choice. I'm going to move. Should I throw the dynamite into the cellar? It costs 5 resources. Choose either location, connecting location. So I'm going to throw the dynamite into the cellar. That costs me 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm throwing dynamite into the cellar, and I'm doing 3 damage to an enemy in there. 1, 2, 3, because he is quite a little beast, that one. He's going to hit my dog next, because when I move, so that's my dynamite is my second action. My third action is move into the cellar. And we have forced. After you enter the cellar, take 1 damage. So I move into the cellar and I fall down a flight of steps or something. So I take a hit, and there is 2 clues on this location. So I'm in the cellar. There's a beast down there which engages me, because that's just what they do. And that was my third action. So now we're in a situation where we have a beast engaged. So we move into the enemy phase. Enemies with the hunter keyword move. Each engaged enemy attacks. So this thing attacks me now for 2 and 1. So when an enemy attack deals damage to the guard dog, deal 1 damage to the attacking enemy instead. So I can let the guard dog die. So I'm going to say the enemy is attacking my guard dog instead. When an attacking enemy deals damage to a guard dog, deal 1 damage to the attacking enemy. So the enemy unfortunately kills my dog because he's only got 1 horror. So my dog dies, but as he dies, he bites the enemy on the backside and kills it. Lovely. So he dies as well, which is perfect. This enemy has a victory point value. So again, I just put those to the side a little bit, just so you know that you've got a victory point enemy to count up at the end of the game. So we move into the Mythos phase. Doom goes on there. We draw a card. Ancient Evils. Place 1 Doom on the current agenda. Oh dear, so we're forcing it through, so we're getting close. That's that one done, not so bad. So we're in the cellar. It's hard to investigate in the cellar. It's dark. So the darkness value or the shroud value is less. Did I do? Okay, then we've done that, but I forgot to do the upkeep. So I reset that, gain a card. Check hand size. That's fine. Okay, so I didn't do my upkeep before I did the enemy phase, the Mythos phase. Not a problem. And so here we are, guts. So we have a dodge event, so that's when I can dodge something. I could have used that. So all we got left at the moment is Roland's gun. I need to investigate, and I could probably use the barricade to do so. I need a third clue just to get me through this now. So I'm going to investigate. That's a 4. My investigation is a 3. Christ, and I'll only be evens just to investigate. I need my flashlight, so I'm going to draw a card. First action, draw a card. Not good. Second action, draw a card. I drew a knife. And my third action, I'll play the knife. Okay. Yep, done. That's done. Couldn't investigate, didn't get the flashlight. So now we move into the enemy phase. There are no enemies. And then we go into upkeep. So we reset everything again. Gain a resource. Draw a card. It was gain 3 resources. Check the hand size. Have I got 8? I think I've got less than 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we go there. So we move, we got the agenda. The agenda gets another Doom. Draw a card from the encounter deck. Obscuring Fog. Attached to your location. Attached location gets +2 Shroud. Wow. After attached location is successfully investigated, discard Obscuring Fog. So now we're in trouble because this has now got a Shroud value of 6. Attached to your location, limit 1 per location. Attached location gets +2 Shroud. After the location is successfully investigated, discard Obscuring Fog. I killed a beast. I get my clue. I killed the creature here, didn't I? So I get the clue from his adventure. I forgot that. Before the fog came out, that was. Keep forgetting to do little things like that. So, I'm having it this time. Sod it. Right. So, it's my go. Obscuring Fog is a nightmare. I can't do anything there. So, I'm going to immediately leave the location. I will... That's my first action done. Now the options are, I pay 3 resources to advance the act, which I know then we're going to have some serious trouble coming our way. So if I advance the act with my 3 resources, the cellar can just stay like that, sod it. If I advance the act with my 3 resources, that was my first action. Okay, so advancing the act. What was my first action? That's my first action, move in. So I've got 2 actions left. Advancing the act is not an action. So the barrier, so I'm in the hallway, and now I'm advancing it. We flip the card, and it states the barrier blocking the passage to the parlor has vanished. Reveal the parlor. Revealed the parlor. Put the set aside Lita Chandler into play in the parlor. Spawn the ghoul priest in the hallway. Okay, how did we get through? What have we done? If the ghoul priest is defeated, advance. Okay, so Lita, she's in the parlor. The ghoul priest spawns here and he's engaging me straight away. Objective, the ghoul priest. So we've got to kill the ghoul priest. The parlor has come alive. An action, we can resign. This is too much for me. You run out the front door fleeing in panic. That's if we're at the, if we actually manage to get to the parlor, that is. When Lita Chandler is not controlled by a player, she gains parlay. Test your lore. If you succeed, take control. When Lita Chandler is not controlled by a player, so she can parlay. Right, so ideally you want to control Lita. While you control Lita, she gains +1 fight. So she helps me fight him. Okay, so he's got an evade value of 4. He's come out, doesn't attack. Parlor's revealed, there are no clues. So that's that. Right. So now I have 2 actions remaining. So for my first action, I'm going to shoot the bleeder. He has a attack value of 4. There are no clues on there, which is a shame. So he has an attack value of 4. I now have an attack value of 5. So yep, 4, 5. My gun is deaded, but I do +1 damage. So he has an attack value of 4. I have an attack value of 5. Something good, something good, something good. We have the skull. Skull is -X. X is the number of ghoul enemies at your location. I have 1 ghoul enemy, 1 skull. So it's 5 minus that, it's 4. I've matched it, so I do 2 damage to him. That's quite good. 1, 2. The ghoul priest's health is 5 times the number of investigators, by the way. And that is quite a, if you had 3 or 4, 2 investigators, 10 health on the ghoul priest, that's quite difficult. So, that's my second action. My third action, really, evade. Can I evade him is the question. Can I evade, or should I let him hit me and then I can dodge? Because it's the dodge is a fast card. So if I move to the parlor, every time I investigate, I still get hit by him. So the gun is useless to me now. It's gone. Let me see. I can evade. I've got an evade +2 on the evade. I could play the barricade to give me a +3 on the evade. But I think I can chuck away those cards. Let me check. Okay, so quickly referring to the instructions, that is the case. You can play any number of cards and not have to pay their resource if you're trying to do a skill test. Obviously, skill cards have an added bonus that if it actually works on this skill test, I can draw cards. So I'm going to evade, and I'm going to boost my evade stat. So I have a +2 on evade. I'm going to boost it with my manual dexterity skill, which gives me a +2 because of the icons in the top right hand corner. If I'm successful, I get to draw a card. So first off, I'm evading once, so that gives me a 4. Now I have the barricade, which I can commit to it as well, because there's an agility icon on the barricade, so I'm going to throw him away, so that gives me 5. And I don't really want to throw away dodge, so I'm going to, sorry, that's not barricade, that's mind over matter. And I'm going to throw away the barricade, which has also got a skill, an agility stat on there as well. So that's going to. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 agility value at present. Against the Ghoul Priest's 4. I really need a good result, and I have the green doodah. The green doodah is -1 if you fail, take 1 horror. So what did I have? 6 -1 is a 5. I didn't fail. I don't take 1 horror, so the Ghoul Priest is exhausted. I have evaded him. Because I succeeded, I get to draw a card. Because manual dexterity allows me to draw a card as I committed it to a skill test, which I passed. So that was action number 2, wasn't it? I believe. So I've attacked it, evaded it, and I really need to run away from the bloody thing because it's gonna come and follow me no matter what I do. Actually, it's exhausted, so I can leave. I'm going to the parlour, and that was my last action. I'm now in the parlour. So we move into the enemy phase. Enemies with the hunter keyword do that. There, nothing happens. Oh, hang on, don't they move? Let's see. No, they don't move, do they? It's alright, I was thinking of another scenario, I think. Ghoul Priest is defeated, yeah. So, Priest, Lita, Chancellor, okay, that's fine. So, enemy phase, there are no enemies. No one can attack me. Upkeep. So I reset all actions. Ready all exhausted cards. So the Ghoul Priest is readied, like so, and he is actually in the hallway. I get 1 resource, and I get to draw a card. The flashlight has come up. That would have been handy for the cellar, never mind. And we move into the agenda. So we go there and we stick another doom on there. We draw a card. What do we get? It's a swarm of rats, yeah, again. And these have the hunter keyword. So these bleeders chase you around. So they come out and they're engaged with me. So there we go. And that is the end. Yep, that's the end of the Mythos phase. Now we move into the investigation phase. So first thing I'm going to do is use my knife to kill the swarm of rats. So let's kill those bloody things. You get +1 for this attack. So my value is 5 against their 1. I don't think I can even lose there. Even -4 would be fine. 0. Oh, I could lose. There is a complete failure. So that's it. Killed the rats. I get the clue. Obviously no clues there, which is a bummer. Yeah, they just go away. Rats are dead. Now we move into our second action, which is probably trying to get hold of Lita. So it says, when Lita Chandler is not controlled by a player, which she's not, she gains an action, parlay, test my lore. If you succeed, take control of her. So she gives me +1 fight all the time. So the agenda is going to advance next go, so that's not good. I think what I would do is try and get hold of her. So my first action was move. No, that was the last round, wasn't it? First action was kill the rats. Second action, I'm going to try and get hold of her. So I don't need the flashlight now, unfortunately. So what have I got that can actually give me more lore? I've only got 1 card. to give me some lore deduction. If this skill test is successful while investigating a location, discover one additional clue at that location. So that's no good to me, because I'm not going for clues, I'm going for Lita. I have a 3, so I've got to test against a 4. Sod it. So I'm going to test against the 4. I'm going to play 2 cards. So the flashlight I'm going to throw away because I don't think I need it now. And they've both got a lore symbol. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need a good one, good one, good one. And it's the green again. -1. That's good. 5, 4. So I gain Lita. That was my second action. My third action is I'm going to play Lita as an asset. You've got 1 asset slot in the game, 2 hand slots, 1 necklace slot. I think you've got 1 body slot if I remember rightly. So my third action is I'm going to play Lita. So she's sitting there now giving me +1 attack, and she's got a free action. When an investigator at your location successfully attacks a monster, that enemy investigator deals +1 damage. So if I threw away the knife, use Lita. Oh yeah, I think we're sitting pretty. I'm going to kill that sodding priest. Right, end of my go. We move to the enemy phase. Hunters. There are no hunters out. Good. Reset the actions. Lovely. Each investigator draws 1 card and gains a resource. So I gain a resource and I draw a card. And we have drawn first aid. Good, good, good. Now we move into the mythos. Place 1 doom on the agenda. So we whack a doom on. That actually completes the agenda. There's 7 on there, unfortunately for us. So now we have 7 on the agenda. We flip it, and it states shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a ghoul enemy is discarded. The lead investigator draws that enemy. So we've now got to grab the discard pile. Remember, we've got a victory point over there. Grab the discard pile, shuffle them into the encounter deck. So let's give us a quick shuffle like that. It says draw cards until we find a ghoul. A ghoul minion, there we go. So he now comes and gets to be our friend. What does the new card state? It states, forced, at the end of the enemy phase, each unengaged ghoul enemy moves 1 location towards the parlor. Forced, at the end of the round, place 1 doom on this agenda for each ghoul enemy in the hallway or the parlor. That isn't good. Okay, so we have a ghoul with us. At the end of the enemy phase, each unengaged ghoul enemy moves towards the parlor. So now I need my dynamite to throw it at that sod. But unfortunately, that would have killed him as well, 3. But I've got rid of my dynamite. So, old book of lore. Choose an investigator. The investigator searches the top 3 cards of his or her deck, draws it. I think I've only got 1 dynamite in the deck, if I remember rightly.